Donkey Kong Bananza's ending might be my favorite ending sequence to a video game that I've ever experienced. Now, just as a warning, there's going to be spoilers, obviously, because I'm talking about the end of the game, but I just want to put that in there. This ending is so good for anybody that has ever been a fan of Donkey Kong from the 90s. Yeah, pretty much just the 90s. If anyone had ever experienced a Donkey Kong game with King K. Rool in it, this might be, for those of us that were fans of King K. Rool, this might be the greatest ending for a video game, period. And like the sequence, the whole thing towards the end. Now, I do want to say that in terms of like, story and all that stuff, sure, this would not be in the tier of other games that have like a crazy written story and all these twists and turns. But in terms of just a gamer, somebody who grew up and has all this nostalgia for these older characters or whatever it may be, I don't know if in my lifetime, if this will be topped. I don't really think it will. I don't really like to think that way because, I don't know, there's so many different things that could happen in life. But it would be pretty crazy if there's a game out there that could top this experience. Because how many of us can say that we were a fan of a series, that it wasn't just one game. It was Donkey Kong Country, Donkey Kong Country 2, Donkey Kong Country 3, Donkey Kong 64. We had 4 games. I know that K. Rool was in other games, but still, just the mainline games. 4 games in succession that had King K. Rool in it. And we were able to really be just totally a big fan. Just, I'm wording this weird. We were just able to dive into this series and just become fans of the series itself. And K. Rool was a part of that. So even if K. Rool wasn't your all-time favorite everything, K. Rool played a huge role in the Donkey Kong series. So then what gets even crazier is that he's gone for freaking ever. And again, he wasn't in just one game. He was even in the freaking show. He was in the Donkey Kong cartoon. Had to clear my throat. He was in the Donkey Kong cartoon. So you have all that. But then he's absent for years, and we're always hoping he'd come back. He made like a random appearance in that racing game. Well, that wasn't a random appearance. The random appearance was in the Mario Baseball game. But in general, he was gone. And we're all just always like, man, I hope he comes back. Then Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS, they throw us a bone. They throw us a little crown. They're like, here you go. Here's your little crown. They give us a Mii costume of the older K. Rool design. This was like, oh my gosh. Like, first, it was a mixed bag. Because a part of it was like, this is so cool. Like, they're actually acknowledging, like, Rare stuff again. Like Rareware, the company that made the older Donkey Kong games. But at the same time, it was like, well, this deconfirms him as a character because now he's just a costume for Smash Bros. Wii U and 3DS. But then, then we get Smash Ultimate. And boy, howdy, was it ultimate. Well, not the online, but the game itself was ultimate. We get King K. Rool as an added character to the game. This was crazy. This was insane. From the reveal trailer, just to the fact that he's in the game and he's back. Now he's back. So now a ton of us are like, oh my gosh, if they're willing to do this, I don't think it's going to stop here. Why would they have this grand return if nothing's going to happen with him? So you got to figure, us Donkey Kong fans from the past that got into this whole world, and K. Rool was a part of that, and we loved that whole world, to then have K. Rool be absent for so freaking long, and then to have him added to Smash Bros. That got all of our hype back up, and then years go by, again, clearing my throat, and he's absent again. But then, we get Donkey Kong Bananza, which, that was a whole thing in itself. That was the final announcement for a Switch 2 Direct. a Nintendo Direct's final announcement for the brand new console. The brand new console's last video game announcement in the Direct was a Donkey Kong game. And not just any Donkey Kong game, a 3D Donkey Kong game, which we haven't had since 1999, I believe, when Donkey Kong 64 came out. So you have all of this craziness, along with Donkey Kong being redesigned, which was a whole nother craziness. But then you play the game, and it's like, you know, because, oh, I missed this part. Before the release, we're all theorizing. He could be in there. He could be there. Why are all these crocodile type stuff in the game? He could be there. He could be there. Then, as they're releasing the game, they're dropping trailers. They drop a Direct. Still, no sign of K. Rool. We're like, but he could still be there. He could be there. And then we get the game. You play through the game, and this whole time, it's Voidco. It's Voidco and it's those Kongs. But then, all of a sudden, oh, by the way, as you play, you're getting tons of nods to the older games with the fossils and stuff. But then, you get to the planet core, and you see that freaking belly button. We all thought the same thing. Is that K. Rool's belly button? Is that his belly button? Is it? Could it really be his belly button? Is that really him? So then you keep going through. And then Void Kong is freaking running, and he's running, and he's running. Boom! Punched into the freaking, just deleted. He was deleted. He was punched into deletion. And it's King K. Rool. He's back. And what's so insane, besides the fact that he's fully back, because that's insane. But what's so insane is that this isn't just some little Easter egg. No. This is a part of the entire story of Donkey Kong Bananza. The second big mainline game for the Switch 2 has King K. Rool in it. And it's not just an Easter egg. It's not just one little part. It's the entire end sequence of the game. So you start chasing King K. Rool. Now you're starting to get all these throwbacks. You're getting actual Kremlings and stuff with the noise and everything. It's freaking amazing. I'm getting chills right now talking about it. Not even kidding. So you go through all this amazingness, and then you go to fight K. Rool, and it's freaking crazy. And you're fighting him, and then, they show fake credits. And when I first started seeing it, I was like, well, that logo looks kind of weird. And then I saw Donkey Kong, and the way they spelled it, I was like, oh man, they got a typo in there? That stinks, because like the game was so cool, I like felt bad. And then you start to realize, oh no, these are fake credits. Freaking K. Rool comes back, he's flying up with the copter from Donkey Kong Country 3, and now you're fighting him on this, like, as you're going up to freaking where you don't know yet. But you start going up, it's freaking New Donk City, baby. They connected the Mario world and the Donkey Kong world. Freaking mind-blowing. Again, with K. Rool involved. K. Rool is involved in this. Now, he was a street sign in Mario Odyssey, but now he is fully involved in this universe. Fully involved. And it's kind of crazy, because I think he might have killed some people. He was destroying the whole city. So then, you get... How could this get any better? Not only did we finally get K. Rool back, now you're going through and they're just totally having it on display. K. Rool is back. All these signs, you're going through. You're doing all this crazy stuff going through this area. Then you fight him again. I will admit he looks a little weird in this part. I wasn't really the biggest fan of it. But still, you're fighting him again. He is the big part of the game. K. Rool didn't just measly come back. He didn't just kind of crawl in and go, "Sup, guys?" He had a huge part in the game. K. Rool had his grand return because we all thought it was crazy enough that he got into Smash Ultimate. But then he honestly got into a brand new 3D Donkey Kong game. I don't know if in my lifetime, for me personally, I will have a game experience like this one. I don't know. Because for all of those stars to align, for me to have been born with the Super Nintendo, got into all those Donkey Kong Country games, played Donkey Kong 64, replayed those games a million times, got super into the universe. Then, for one of those characters to be absent for years and years and years, only making minor appearances, to then getting into Smash Bros, getting all of our hype back up, to then years of silence, to then having K. Rool come back in a brand new Donkey Kong game, which hadn't happened since, I believe, 2014 as like a mainline Donkey Kong game, because 2014 was Tropical Freeze. To have finally a new Donkey Kong game and have K. Rool return in it? I don't know if this will ever be topped for me. And what's so cool is I know that there's other people that felt the magic of this game and feel similar to how I do. But I don't know if this whole thing, when you take the whole picture, I don't know if it'll be topped. And you want to know what else is crazy? This could possibly just be the beginning. If K. Rool is in that rumored Donkey Kong movie, I might just straight up faint.